Well, we got a doozy today, y'all. We got a 2020 Ford Escape here. It is here for the latest Ford recall. So apparently these 2020s are having problems with the door check, which we will look at right now. So the driver's side specifically is the problem, but that's because it's the most heavily used door. I'm gonna guess the passenger door, at least the front one's gonna have the same issue because it's the same door, just kind of inversed. But maybe it's not popping up as much because it's not as used as often. But the door check, which is this piece here, this link, is supposed to hold the door open so it doesn't close back against you. Well, it's spot welded here to the interior of the door on some very, very thin and flimsy metal, and the spot welds break out over time, and then that puppy gets loose. Then it flies around in your door and hits your window regulator. The window can't go down all the way. You can see it's actually scratched some of the tint right here on this side. So the fella who owns this car, super nice guy, worked on a few of his things now. He called Ford. It is a recall. You can take it to the dealer, they will fix it. They want to replace the entire door. They told him he can't have a loaner and it could be multiple weeks and he just can't go that long without having it in the car. So we're gonna go ahead and fix it for him today. We could re-weld those spot welds, but that metal's so thin it's gonna be tough to weld. We're gonna blow holes in it. It's gonna look ugly, and quite frankly it's just gonna tear again. So I think the plan is gonna be to put some washers in there and pop rivet that puppy back together so we can get a good clamping force and spread the load with some big washers. But we're going to go through it step by step in this video, so by the end of this we will show you how to fix it. Step number one is obviously going to be get this door panel off. So it is going to take a couple tools that you may not have. Trim removal tools will be number one. I will have a link up in the video and in the description for any weird tools or parts that we use in this video. But yeah, let's get into it. I'm going to grab my tools and we will get started. All right, here we go. So step number one, we are going to come in here. There's almost always a screw behind this little plastic panel behind the door latch. So we're going to pop this panel out, expecting to find a screw, and we're going to pop this panel out down here, hoping to find some screws. So this here is called a trim removal stick. It's just a plastic stick, so that way you can't scratch up the plastic. Sometimes you can get it into these ones, sometimes not. This one's looking like it actually has a really good groove for a small flathead, which we're going to be very careful while we do this. Look how easy that came out. Wow. So there we go, 7mm screw behind that one. Now we're going to work our way down to this panel, to this little piece of plastic here, which may or may not come out. All right, so it looks like this piece is actually a part of the door panel, which means that most likely there will be a screw underneath this switch panel, and it looks like it does pop up. So we are going to get our trim stick and to work our way around the window control switch. You just got to be very gentle as you go down with these. Here we go. So hopefully you can see that, but basically I held up on the front corner and then worked my trim stick down the edge. Now we are going to unplug the window switch, which is just this tab right here. You squeeze it and then pull back. And you'll see that exposed two more 7mm screws. I do believe that will most likely be all of them. There may be some on the bottom. When I sit on the ground, we'll take a look, but most likely it'll be these 3 7mm, and then we'll use our trim stick to start popping the panel off. All right, we got the 3 screws out. The one behind the handle is actually an 8mm, not a 7. But I've got down here on the ground to try and get y'all a good view. There are a 7 and a 7 on the bottom down here. All right, I have one last place I want to check for a screw, and that is behind this little reflector light here. So we'll use our flathead screwdriver very carefully. Remove that. What do you know? Looks like it's 7 or an 8mm in there too. The reflector light screw is indeed an 8mm. So two 8mm, 4 7mm. But that is every fastener in this panel, I'm pretty sure. So we are going to start popping it with our trim removal stick now. So you're going to want to take like the hook end with your trim removal stick, get it in here, and you're gonna just start working down, trying to pop it loose, just like that. Once you start getting it to go, you can use your fingers and just pull it. There was a pretty tough push pin to get at this top corner, but it just goes straight on. It doesn't even sink down into the windowsill. So nice and easy, peasy lemon squeezy to get it off of there. So now we got one plug right there for the door lock and unlock, which just has a tab at the bottom you depress and release. And now we just got to get our door latch released here, or we can set this to the side and just let it hang from it if we so chose. I don't want this thing to get dirty though, so let's figure out how this comes off. Oh, that just clicks in as an assembly. Look at that. So you just squeeze that little tab. Let me set this down. All right, for the cable release, you literally just press this tab right here and the whole thing will pop out. That was really cool. Never seen that before, but I don't like how plasticky it is. Looks like something that will break in the future. All right, so now we got to determine the best way to get into that bracket. Honestly, I think the speaker hole is going to be the answer. So let's unplug the speaker. Go ahead and depress this with your thumb here and unplug. Just like that. And we got 3 8mm screws to pop that puppy out of there. Actually, it's a 7. Dude, I'm mixing these 7s and these 8s up tremendously. Three. Now we'll pull the speaker out. It also has a push pin on the bottom, so you got to give it a little pop. Now what we're going to do is we're going to wait for the old guy to get here with his fancy rivets, and we're going to see what his ideas are. I'm still waiting on the old guy to get back with these fancy schmancy stainless steel rivets, but for now I'm actually going to pull this T40 out from the check in the door jamb here, and that should give us some more play with this bracket inside the door. There we go. Now we should be able to use this arm. Oh, look at that. And we can line it up perfectly by using this arm. Golly, I'm so smart. All right, so now we just need him to get back, and he just pulled in. Woohoo! Okay, so with that pulled out of the door jamb, I actually managed to fish this whole bracket out really easy. I wanted to look at it. We may need to grind down where some of this welds broke, but I'm actually a little nervous because where are these 3 spots? I don't see any broken spot welds on that side. I just saw these 3. Maybe something internal to the door we may have to try and get to as well. So let's wait for the dimensional man to get here and see what he has to say. He has arrived. So he's got a whole bag of goodies over there. But he also knows where the other rivets are, or the other spot welds that tore out are. He thinks they're under the weather stripping up here.
Look right here, pull the weather strip back.
Mm-hmm. All right.
It's kind of hard to see, but there's 3 of them.
If we pull this weather strip back, oh yeah, you'll see 1, 2.
Is there a hole already there?
There's 4 holes over here. Oh, one of these is for
one's
the
for
pins.
a push pin.
Yeah. Holy cow.
So the hole is there.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. Does the 3/16 stainless rivet.
So this is what he showed up with.
Does that fit through those holes?
Why don't you just put it through this hole?
Well, I know it's gonna fit through. Oh, maybe not. Oh yeah. These holes are monstrous.
But that hole in the bottom looks perfect. Looks no different than the holes over there.
How about these holes?
Hmm?
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It looks the same. Like the one on the very bottom actually looks like a clean pull out.
Yeah. So, but I don't trust that rip out. So we're gonna put that big thick washer that you get for these rivets. It'll be good. See the washers? I know you like to see instead of talk. So these are the washers. They're about a 1/16 thick.
1/16. 7-inch thick washers. Boom. So we do that on both sides?
You're not gonna rip that out.
Yeah, we're gonna do that on both sides?
Both sides, yep. So we'll put it in, boom, boom, and then we'll sandwich it with this, and then rivet it.
Sweet. Look how close that is to the edge of the bracket. Wow. But there it is. The 3 that were still intact on ours. Drilled out. You may have more or less to drill. I don't know. But you just drill them out and get ready to rivet.
Little residue of the torn out metal, so I ground that off smooth so it would fit flat up against it.
Nice. Nice.
I'm gonna put this up in there and see how well it all lines up if I don't get in the right spot. No. There we go. Alright, so there it is. Oh yeah, so if I put this one that's got a good hole in, the rest will all line up real easy.
From the front.
So I'm gonna hold it in, put this on from the back side, and then...
And you still gotta hold it with your fingers while you pump it, right?
Somehow make it all work. Piece of cake. See, I can hold the whole apparatus from the back side because I'm just that talented. Oh crap. I forgot. Alright, you're gonna have to squeeze it. Yeah, they're stainless.
Oh.
Welcome to stainless rivets.
Oh!
Alright, I got it. So yeah. Ah!
Holy cow.
Owie, that hurt. Damn it. Pinched myself. Alright, here, same drill.
Oh, same drill, same drill. Dude, those are wildly strong.
They suck. Yeah, that's why a lot of people, when they do stainless, they use the power riveters, which we don't have.
I don't know what a power riveter is.
It's an air-powered rivet gun.
Ow! I can't get it from my angle. Sorry. Don't pinch yourself.
Again?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ah!
Air-powered rivet
gun. It's gonna blister anyway. Oh well.
Alright, real quick trick. Put a rubber mallet in the door. Show that one more time. Put it in there on the face. So this face had flexed out from where the welds tore and it wasn't lining up with the bracket anymore. It had a gap. So you put that mallet in there and then you just close the door on the mallet and use the mallet to fold it back in and bring it back to the bracket. Looky there. 3 rivets there, 3 rivets inside. No more floppy, no more bouncing around, working like it's supposed to. I'm gonna slap this panel on, then we'll close it for good. Make sure the window goes up and down now, and yeah, test it out. All right, here it is, door panel installed correctly now. Sweet. That's all there is to it. That literally took like 2.5, 3 hours. So if you're looking for a quick and easy fix where you don't have to rely on the dealer to do the recall, which, you know, if they'll give you a loaner, it's totally worth it. But this poor guy, they told him that he was going to be without his car for like a month with no loaner. So this will get her done. Let's look at them one more time. Rivets, 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 rivets on the inside underneath that weather stripping. They'll hold. And that's that. So this video helped you out, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you want to see more.